God, why are you announcing that on the...
With an X for free?
Which X?
Warning, the following content may induce serious FOMO and an uncontrollable urge to travel.
Caviar Wings. Coming to the website soon.
Coming to the website soon.
Because everybody needs a Caviar Wings pillow in their house.
Totally. But the hats are cute too.
The hats are cute. Oh man, I should have one right here with me right now.
We need to curate the whole shop.
Yeah, we do. Flash a picture of the hats, but but we are doing travel merch.
Oh, I love that.
Since we're a travel and lifestyle brand.
Fair.
You might make sure you travel comfortably and in
style.
Yeah, that's what matters. Cheers. Guys.
So excited to sit with
you. Friends, this is one of my dear friends, Kelli Coleman. Kelli, tell the world who you are.
Hi, I'm Kelli. As Sahar mentioned, one of her nearest and dearest friends and one of her favorite people to travel with.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that I am a fashion and travel enthusiast in my spare time, but a marketer, serial entrepreneur, and investor.
Yes.
And so we love to travel, to meet new people, new experiences. So, you know, there can't be a Caviar and Wings podcast without me.
Ta-da! So I asked you basically like, hey, what city do you want to cover? She's like, I don't want to cover a city.
Nope.
Don't want to cover a city.
Nope, I have a better topic.
She has a better topic.
So shall I reveal said topic?
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know, I think we as travelers and friends, we know who we can travel with and who maybe is not best to go on adventures and excursions around the world with. Excited to be one of Sahar's travel buddies, and I do feel like you have to be strategic about it. So today, I guess we're talking more about what it looks like to find like your
perfect travel buddy. Because I know if I had to ask her of all her friends who's her favorite travel buddy, I just know she would say me.
I know Sahar wants to give you trouble during this podcast. I knew it was going to happen at some point.
Are you saying it wouldn't be me?
I'm just saying, yes, it would be you. You are top of the list, but you know, I'm getting phone calls after this. I know, but yes, we've been so many places.
We have. We've been to a lot of places. Should we name a few places we've been together?
Sure.
Wait, hold on. What's the most exciting place that we've been together? Like our most memorable trip?
Our most memorable trip, I would say, is Ibiza for sure. Like that was pretty memorable.
What do you think makes that trip so memorable?
You know what? You now want me to go down a path that I was not ready to go down. We definitely created some core memories on that trip.
Yeah.
I feel like I also saved your life on that trip.
Oh my God, how did you save my life?
Here we go. Going down the rabbit hole. That's bonus footage. Yeah. That's behind the paywall, guys. But
you'll have to subscribe and pay.
Pay
that subscription fee for that one.
Period. But no, but that I would say is probably our most memorable trip. What are some other places?
I don't know. Was there ever a trip where I got on your nerves?
Was there ever a trip where you got on my nerves?
Like, oh, God, I'm just ready to leave this girl.
No. I've never felt like that on any of our trips. Now,
have you ever felt that?
I was going to say, maybe somewhere else, maybe in our local cities, but no. I never felt that way with you on a trip. I guess that's what makes us
great travel buddies.
Exactly. Another fun trip. I mean, it was Spain. This was our same, but I really had a really good time in Barcelona when we went. Paris is our favorite city. I feel like Paris is for lovers, but it's really for Sahar and Kelli.
It is.
It's made for us. It's made for us.
It really is.
What's another good one? Oh, Vietnam.
So that trip was super memorable for me because we went to this island too when we were there.
Oh my gosh, I was trying to tell someone the other day what island that is.
It's Phu Quoc.
Phu Quoc. Where we went,
I think I'm pronouncing it correctly.
stayed at the
It was a JW Marriott.
But
right?
it was so It was so crazy.
It was one of the most beautiful
properties. It was crazy.
We're getting off topic with the question, but that's okay. This property, they had it like designed.
It was like, kind of like Alice in Wonderland-ish.
It was like a college campus. Because remember all the different, But
it had like, it was like thematic in that way.
Yes, it was.
Like, yeah.
They had a gymnasium. They had a track and field.
It was just cool.
It's super.
It was cool. And then we also stayed though. Remember that other, like, it was like more like lake spa-like.
Yes.
Where that was.
Where we had the butler.
Yes.
It was good.
That was a good one.
It was a good one. And
he was extremely attentive.
Very attentive. But that's culturally, that is, in the DNA. And then everything is like, I know it sounds like super bougie that we're like, oh, like the butler, but that room wasn't outrageous in price.
No, I think again, it was just a part of the experience. It wasn't like that. It was just a part of the experience. Yeah. And to your point, like culturally, they are very into like they take a lot of pride in their work and just like You should come back and we could just really dissect that Vietnam episode because that was actually people are always like, you went to Vietnam. I'm like, that trip was amazing.
For anyone who is a points person, our birthdays are 2 days apart.
Yes.
December 6th, December 8th.
Yes.
And it was the end of the year and we're like, a lot of times we celebrate together.
Yes.
It's become a thing. And we're like, well, what are we doing? And we both needed a points run.
We did need a points run. I actually forgot that. That is how we chose that destination. I actually totally forgot that. Okay.
It was like, because we both needed a certain number of points. And it's like, what is the furthest destination that we could pick? Because we needed a significant. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, executive flight. I'm an American Airlines girl.
This should be the next episode.
She's a Delta.
This should be the next episode. But yes. Team Delta all day.
Clearly, we don't fly that often together. Except for that one time we had, that's a whole nother story. We'll save that for later.
Behind the paywall. But that was a fun time too. Yeah. And that was just a quick trip to Cabo. But I think after that trip we were like, should we have been flying together all along?
Right. Like they probably almost kicked us. I think they did almost kick us off the plane.
Anyway, but yes.
It was a good time. So, did they stop serving us alcohol on that flight?
That wasn't that one. That was like a group flight. But yeah.
That was another one.
That was like a group flight. Anyway. But yeah, the Vietnam trip was a points trip. I forgot that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I forgot that.
Have you ever have you left someone on a trip before? Like this person, like I'm good, like I'm cutting my trip short, I'm out of here.
I left someone early on a trip. You know what? I've never like left someone on a trip, but I've strategically said on a trip that I agreed to that I was leaving early. Does that make sense? Like I was like, okay, I'm agreeing to this trip.
But I know I'm
a team player for the trip. But like I am purposely booking to leave
a little bit.
Hate to reveal the trade secrets, but yeah,
now you have everyone thinking about
was I that? Was it that?
She did leave early on that trip. Huh?
See, that's what I'm messed up by the podcast. But yes. I've left early, but like not like left someone spontaneously or like I haven't completely just like
have you ever gone on a trip with a man and then come back and been like,
absolutely,
you know what, I am not dating this man anymore?
Absolutely, very much yes.
What was it like? Where do they go wrong on the trip where it's like, man, like I can give you an example. I have a personal story, but
give me an example. You go first. What's your example?
Oh my God. So I went on a trip and he just turned out, it was our first trip together and I should have known better. I've done this twice in my life. I think I've talked about both these trips on the episodes 4.
Okay.
One was someone I ended up dating seriously. It was like a 10-day trip, and we were like a month into the relationship.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, you're either coming back married or engaged, or you're never speaking to each other
this person again. Yeah.
Yeah. We ended up like being good. We dated for a while, whatever. The next time it happened, I was like, oh, I did this before. I can do it again.
Not so much.
Not so much. It was another trip that was longer than it should have been.
Okay.
That should have been a red flag in itself.
I was just going to say a 10-day like initial trip, like a 10-day first trip is wild. Like you're supposed to like get in and get out. Yeah. Like you're supposed to like, because you have no idea.
But what if you really enjoy his company?
You can enjoy his company like back home. But like, I feel like if this is your first trip together, I'm a weekend trip girl all the way for like a first trip.
It was a really nice itinerary. I didn't want to give that up. I was like, I guess I'll take the risk.
I can't right now. Okay, so you
roll the dice.
You did this trip. It was longer.
Well, it did help though. On the first half of the trip, he had a house and he was like, "Oh, invite your friends." So the first half of the trip, we had other people with us, so that helped kind of break it up a little bit. And then the second half of the trip, it was just me and him.
Okay.
The other one was 9 days. I left, or like it was the very last night though that I was like, okay, I'm gonna go into.
You couldn't even make it, like you couldn't even like power through the last night.
No, that you gotta again, another one of those stories.
That's wild.
You gotta subscribe.
But so ultimately, you can't say why. It was just like
it was. Yeah, that's, you gotta subscribe. For
okay, I thought okay, got it.
Yeah, it was a little out of hand, and there's probably some alcohol involved or some other things, and it's a testament of really knowing the person before you travel with them. And it's like, it's also that thing of how well do you need to know a person before you travel with them?
So, I mean, I think you should obviously know someone like relatively well. Like you should have, you should either have points of reference. Like I always say points of reference in dating. Like this person is somehow in your network, or like you were directly introduced to this person. Y'all have been kicking it for like a minute. I think you can go on a trip with that person. And I say do it because a trip can be really revealing. Like it could be pretty revealing.
Yeah.
Like I know friends who have been like second, third date in some cases that'll take like a quick trip.
Would you do that?
Third date.
Third date is a trip.
I would third date it. I would third date it. Okay. Yeah, I would third date it as a trip.
Second date it? You have points of reference.
Maybe. But again, weekend, in and out, like people know where I am. Yeah. And I can very easily get myself up out of there. You know what I mean? Don't be the girl who can't leave though.
Yeah.
Like
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Have an exit plan.
Yeah, don't go if you can't leave. But yeah. So yeah, but I would do it. I think it's super revealing when you go on a trip with someone, because it's like, at least for me, it's like you observe like, okay, is this man a planner? Is he not? Is he intentional? Is he not? How does he like keep his area? And like to some extent, everyone is still like a representative. Like they're bringing their representative at that point. But it's still very hard to be spending like all day and night with someone and certain things not be revealed. Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm also grown. So it's like, let me understand what's happening pretty quickly here.
I had somebody who wanted to go to Greece on a second date.
Oh, did you go?
No, and I regret it because I ended up dating him and like really hanging out with him. I was like, damn!
He didn't run that Greece trip back? He didn't run that Greece offer? He didn't run that Greece offer back?
He didn't run it back. We did other trips, but we never ran Greece back. And I was like, damn, I should have done that.
Should have done that. That's so funny.
I should have done that had I known, but whatever. It is what it is. What's your biggest pet peeve on a trip?
Oh my gosh. My biggest pet peeve on a trip, I don't like cutting corners on a trip. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, if we're here and we're here to do the things, like let's just do things. I'm
not pinching pennies and
counting
coins.
I don't. Well, you went there. you went there. I would just say, let's not cut corners on a trip if we're gonna go. And I would say too, like, just be, have the time to vacation, right? I mean, I don't know. In my experience, like, I date men who work really hard and have to work often. And so like totally understand that. But at least for a good portion of the trip, like, try to spend time with one another. Be present. Yeah. That's the best way to put it. Yeah. So I appreciate when like whomever I'm with is present on the trip. And then also too, like, let's really be present and like just go for it. Like do all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you differentiate with where you would travel with a friend versus a man?
Yeah, I think some places are like more ideal for.
So you wouldn't want to go to
vacation.
You wouldn't want to go to Turks and Caicos with me?
Turks and Caicos. You bringing up Turks and Caicos is just hilarious for me because I've only vacationed in Turks and Caicos with the exception of one trip that was like a group trip, like a fun like group trip. But no, I've never just been with like a homegirl to Turks. But not to say I wouldn't, I guess. I mean, I love like beach, sun, fun, regardless. But Turks is giving more vacation. Like Santorini is giving more vacation.
Even though I invited myself. She was on a vacation and I invited myself to the vacation.
I think that boyfriend in particular just like knew it was a package deal. So he was just like, you know what, at this point.
It is what it is.
At this point, you know what, just let her come. But yeah.
And it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible.
Yes.
And it's amazing when you have a friend who's dating someone who like, oh, they're fun and everyone is
and you two got along and like it was like it was fun. Like and it was fun.
Everybody gets to be included in everything. It's pretty cool.
Yes, it's fun. That was a fun trip, but like was not intended to be. That was supposed to be a little, and we still had like a fun,
Oh no, what made it worse too is that I also invited other people
to Santorini.
Yes, remember?
No, not to Santorini.
I'm gonna drop a name here. All them were in Santorini too.
That was though.
They came to Santorini.
Oh, that last night.
Yes.
That last night. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But that was last night before we were about to like actually go to the turn up.
Yeah.
So, okay, no problem.
And we went to the turn up, and I guess I didn't realize how much of a turn up Mykonos was before we got there.
Yeah. We did. We knew. We just hadn't.
It was more than.
It was probably more than we thought it was.
We thought
it was. Yeah, it was more. But it was fun. It was a good time.
It was a good time.
That was how long ago was that? That was like 3 years ago.
It was right after they opened Europe back up. I feel like.
Yeah, that was like 21 then.
Yeah.
That was like 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Time flies when you're having fun.
It does. So when you're traveling with friends, what do you do differently than if you're traveling with bae? Besides the obvious.
Just like for clarity.
For clarity.
But what do we do differently? You know what? I think we have like more nights where we're up in like group settings and maybe we're just like at a dinner or on the beach or outside and we're just like kikiing. So it might be like we're having more like girl talk, wine, drinks, cipher sort of thing. Not to say you don't like talk and spend a lot of time when you're with like your partner somewhere, but I feel like we do that, and I feel like we go out more.
We do.
We go out way more too when it's just like us versus like more of a couples situation.
Definitely been the last woman standing, I should say, on a few trips.
Yes, for sure. Exactly. So it's like we rally and we do all the things versus maybe being like a little bit more chill, like
a little more reserved,
more reserved. Yeah, on the trip with bae. I feel like the trip with friends is the opportunity to just like, just be more chill in general. Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you something else.
Okay.
You're going on a trip.
Yeah.
Right? And everything is super expensive on this trip. And some of the ladies, it's a little bit more in their budget than it is for other ladies.
Yeah.
What is the max you are willing to do in a room?
The max number of people in a room?
Would you do 4 girls to a room with two queen beds?
4 girls to a room with 2 queen beds.
Because there's girls out there who like, and back in college days, we were definitely
I feel like we've done that.
Like, in the early days of traveling.
I feel like we've done that for sure. I don't know that I would do it as much. Like, I don't know if I would do it as much now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like we've done that for sure. If we had to,
we had to do that. We actually had to do that when we were. Was that?
It depends on where you are too.
We were in Ibiza, and remember, so we've got probably plenty of yacht stories to tell you guys about. But I had yacht, whatever you want to call it. I had chartered one for us when we were in Ibiza.
Yes.
And so we get on the boat, and initially, now we're supposed to be on this boat overnight.
Yes.
And the first thing that stopped working was the AC.
No, this was not Ibiza. This was Croatia.
No, Croatia was the sailboat where we took the shower.
Oh, that was okay.
She wants me to stop with that.
Okay. Sorry, should not have interrupted. Yes, got it. Okay.
So the AC stopped working. And at first we're like, oh, it's fine. We'll just sleep above, we'll sleep on the top deck. It's nice out.
Yeah.
It's the water. It's no big deal. Then the water stopped working.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
And this was a nice boat.
It was weird because the whole day had been perfect.
Yeah.
Everything was perfect.
I mean, there was one little incident, but again, that one you're going to have to subscribe to get more
and that
details.
was not the boat. That was us. But anyway.
So and we were like, well, we can't stay here overnight. Like we had it just wouldn't work anymore. We actually have plans to leave the boat and go to dinner and come back
and all of that.
Yeah. So it's like we can't get dressed and look cute. And it's Ibiza. It's a turn up. It's cute. Yeah. So at the last minute we had to get a room, and the rooms were so expensive. And it was 4 of us, and we shared the room overnight.
We did. Yep, we did. I feel like stuff like that is you can make it work.
Right,
I think it depends on where you are and how long you're staying.
Yeah. Size
of room, bathroom, stuff like that. Is it my preference to do that? Not necessarily, but
What if they snore? Do you ever have a travel buddy that snores? Do you snore?
If I have enough cocktail, if I have
you give me one too many
I
cocktails.
was gonna say if I have one too many, But I mean, I'm just not someone who normally snores.
My snoring is cute because it's like a faint little tiny snore when I snore.
Is it?
It's cute, girl. Don't do that on camera.
Are we sure? No, I don't know for sure. I don't know. But honestly, I don't think that there's a friend that we have that's offensive like that with the snoring. No. Or all of us are just passed out and snoring at that point. So nobody cares.
It's a rhythm. It's all in.
But I will say though that I actually like being 2 to a room when we travel.
I do.
I think that's fun. I like that. I would prefer to share a room with at least one person. Yeah. When we go on our group trips.
I want to save money where I can save money.
That part too. But then even getting ready or just
kicking
and stuff like that. Yeah, I actually like that. So that is on a girls trip sort of a preference or a thing I would want to do.
Do you have a friend that you wouldn't share a room with?
Yep. If I'm neat and organized, and if you're gonna have stuff everywhere.
It's
we're not sharing. Yeah. So I won't call anyone out.
We won't say names.
We will not say names, but no, messy is not my thing. Yeah. So I'm that's the only thing for me. Which is another reason why we mesh. Because we'll both be
very OCD.
Pick that up. Thank you. But yeah, so that's one thing for rooming I'm not into. It's the messy thing. But yeah.
Nice.
But our girls trips haven't been bad, but again, that's because we decide who's
going.
Yeah.
What's the telling thing that you feel man, this is why Sahara would be perfect to travel with?
I can't right now. I think honestly, because a lot of times when we're traveling, food is important. So where we're dining and kind of what the culinary experience is going to be like. obviously like where we're staying.
Yeah.
And then we vacation the same. So it's like, it's not like we're going to do like nothing on the trip, but we don't over plan or program the trip. Right.
Oh my God. We've
like,
got friends who do that.
And I'm like, I'm not about to follow this 16-point itinerary. Like, I'm not doing that. So
we have friends that are so tight with the schedule. They're like, if you're not downstairs at 8:30 for dinner,
so that's why
this
to
is
me,
stressful.
Exactly. It meshes because it's a very well planned, really fun trip, but it's not over programmed.
Yeah.
And like we have the same taste in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a planner, or are you the Venmo friend?
You already know what it is. You already know what it is. I'm like, how much do I owe you?
She's like, just tell me where to show up.
How much do I owe you? But I try to do like little things here and there to show my appreciation.
She does show her appreciation.
Yeah. So, but I'm like, no. Am I the planner friend? No, I'm not.
No,
I'm not. I'm too busy like planning in life. So I'm appreciative of friends who plan the trips.
Okay. One of my favorite moments, it technically wasn't a trip for me, and it wasn't even a trip for you, but this is back when you were only living in New York part-time.
Yes.
And you had that condo in Brooklyn.
Yes.
And she was coming back into town, and it was New York Fashion Week.
Oh my God, that was fun. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, as soon as you land, there's a dinner we got to go to. And I was like, or it was an event. It was an event, dinner, whatever it was. It's like, and mind you, I lived in downtown Manhattan, so I'm not that far from Brooklyn, right?
No, I was in Dumbo. You were in Tribeca, so that's the bridge. But yeah.
Right, literally. But I was like, you just don't have enough time. I just need you to come straight here. I need you to change, and then you're going to come meet me where I'm at, because it'll take too long otherwise. And you did not leave the entire weekend.
And we did not stop moving the
entire weekend, because there was literally no time for her to go back home.
We ain't got no soap.
We ain't got
no toilet paper. But we looking fly.
So this is the point in life. In my defense, this is when I was traveling a ton, and we ran out of toilet paper and we ran out of soap.
I'm like, we at least need to walk to CVS right now. This is ridiculous. And I have a hell of a lot of soap and toilet paper across the bridge. Thank you. Like, girl. But yeah, that was actually really a fun.
It was fun. So she never ended up going home. And
entire time.
The entire time. And we were just on the go. And none of it was planned. It just all happened.
Yeah, that was fun. That wasn't even, that was just like a good girlfriend time. But I guess technically I was like flying into town for a minute. But yeah, that was fun.
And she didn't have an outfit, and I had ordered a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I had ordered a bunch of stuff.
I was like, I didn't pack to do all of this. I was supposed to be in and out on some chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That was fun.
And it fit her perfectly, and I couldn't even get it up past my thighs. So. Well, it's yours now.
It's mine. No, that was actually a really fun trip. But what is a more spontaneous trip that we've...
I don't know, but I know that I have missed flights dealing with you that time we were in Paris.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like, why would you book to leave before me? Why would you think that you were going to cut this trip short? Why did you think you were going to go? We're always having too much fun.
We're always having too much fun. But it was literally... I was out there hanging out with, this is right before the pandemic.
But that was also spontaneous, because I don't even think you were supposed to come to
I wasn't.
Paris that time.
No.
So that's an example of we had an amazing time and you weren't even supposed to be there.
I was visiting. My parents live in Iran, and it's hard. It's such a long flight coming back here. So sometimes I'll meet them in places. So I had them meet me in Turkey, and she was like, oh, I'm going to a wedding in Nigeria, and I'm stopping in Paris for a little bit.
Girl, you telling all my business.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. My bad.
Cut. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, wait, you're going to be in Paris? What are your dates? And I was like, oh, so let me switch my flight up so that I could just lay over in Paris on my way back and hang out.
That was fun. That was a fun, spontaneous time.
And she was trying so hard to get me to stay longer. I was like, no, I gotta go.
Only to call me and be like...
And then I pack my stuff, go all the way to the airport, miss my flight.
Miss it. Meant to be.
I was like,
meant to
I'm
be.
coming back.
That was actually another trip where people were like, oh my God, how do you guys all hang out all the time together? Like, your boyfriend doesn't care. I'm like, no, we're just we're just a happy family. We just hang out. And he had a bunch of friends there too.
Yeah. We were deep. There was like every dinner we went to, it was like 10 people deep at least.
I know.
It was a good time.
It was a good time. I feel like a couple places I've been, I wish that you were there. Yeah, I was like,
that warms my heart.
Dang.
Because it would be a better trip with me there.
It would be even better if you were here with us. So yeah, there's one trip though that I took with, how sometimes you don't know if you should like blend friend groups.
Yeah.
So that's another thing, I guess, to think about and talk about when you're traveling, right?
Yeah.
It's like there may be people that like you love to travel with and you have no problem from this friend group, but how are they going to mesh over here?
Yeah.
And so this was a girls' trip and we went to St. Martin.
Uh-huh.
Shameless plug for my favorite island.
Yes.
But we went there and we were thinking I think all of us were probably thinking this is risky business.
Because it was, how many people?
It
was a lot of people.
It was were there 8 of us? There were 8 of us, I think. Yeah, there were 8 of us who went on this trip, but all from different friend groups.
Oh, I was thinking the one trip we took where it was 20 of us in St. Martin.
Oh, that was years ago.
Yeah.
But what was that for? That was for a birthday.
That was when your birthday was. That was
your birthday. It was yours.
We did mine too, but when we did yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was even, I feel like,
more people.
And it was all girls where mine was co-ed.
Oh, that was years ago, but you're right. I actually forgot about that. Another fun trip with you is when we did St. Martin and Anguilla for the New Year's. That was fun.
That was fun.
Okay, look, we have too many. Part 2 of this. But no, so but that was such an unexpected good time to the point where now we feel like we should do it annually and add other friends. Because it was just such an unexpected good time with and people met and they're still cool. Yeah. That hadn't, you know what I mean, necessarily been as tight before. Yeah.
It is risky.
It's risky.
It's risky.
But it was a fun time. We had a good time.
We've done that with co-ed trips and especially with guys, I think it's even riskier and guys are funny about that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you saw, but they're over there taking trips together now. I'm like,
oh, I do. Oh,
you saw that?
I forgot to tell you that I saw that. I was like, well, wait a minute.
Okay, y'all friends like that now.
Oh my God, I'm dying because I swear I meant to hit you about that. And so, you guys, listen, you're seeing in real time us on a real kiki about this because I meant to be like, oh, y'all just linked and do annual summer trips now. Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. Hey, happy to be a facilitator.
Right, you're welcome. You know who we're talking to. You're welcome.
That's actually funny. I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, I like to see people become friends. That works. Yeah. That's so funny.
All right, I've got some questions to ask.
Okay. Oh my gosh, take another sip of rosé.
Yes, it's good. I almost want. I kind of want some more.
Who wants to be your official, wine or spirits partner?
Call me. We can sign you up.
And these cute little glasses of mine I just purchased.
These are adorable, actually. Mm-hmm. Very, very cute. Okay. Here we go.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Of your friends, who would you trust the most to plan a trip for you?
Trust the most to plan a trip?
Mm-hmm.
It's you.
I just wanted to hear that.
It's you. It is. It's you.
Okay.
It's between you and if I had to choose someone else, it would be between
a second place.
Who
would be in second place?
Probably Desi.
Oh yeah.
Desi's
good.
Yeah.
Desi's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you ever leave a friend if you met a guy on a trip?
leave a friend, no. I'm a girl's girl through and through.
Yeah.
But he's going to do what we've done many times before. Package deal. Are we all hanging out or what?
Or what?
Or what?
Would you get mad at a girlfriend if she left you if she met a guy on a trip?
I don't get mad at people for stuff like that, but I would just be like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, I don't know about certain things with you moving forward, but no, I would not be mad per se. No.
Would you still go out and hang out by yourself?
No, not if we came together on the trip. I think that also too depends on where you are. Because it's like if I have other people in that location or like whatever, then that's different than just like, I don't know anybody here.
Yeah. Would you ever take a solo trip?
This is a good question. I literally just said the other day, like, oh my God, I've never taken a solo trip, and that is now on my bucket list.
Yeah?
Yes, I would take a solo trip.
Maybe we could take a solo trip together.
See how that works. I'm just like, this is a nut.
Would you rather miss your flight or lose your luggage?
Miss my flight. Excuse my French.
Would you rather travel to Europe or Asia?
Europe.
Would you rather travel with an ex for free, or would you rather travel with a friend and have to pay for everything?
With an ex for free? Which ex? Which one?
You get to pick that. You get to pick the ex.
Well, then X.
Okay. Would you rather do unlimited trips per year, but on a budget, or just one trip a year that's luxe?
If you're telling me one vacation a year, but it's luxe, will that vacation last 6 months?
No. 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks max. 2 weeks max.
Let's see. 2 weeks, luxe, or unlimited.
On a budget.
On a budget. I think I would do unlimited on a budget, because if you're saying like in comparison to like, oh my God, like whatever you want, luxe, 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 I feel like that budget should still be, sizable.
Oh man. Okay. Whatever you say. Sizable. She's still gonna be staying at the Ritz-Carlton. It's not that. It's
okay. It's okay. Let's move on.
It's not a hostel, but it's.
I was just gonna say.
But And what's your next trip?
What is my next trip? I'm taking my daughter on her birthday trip. These are all places that she hasn't been, so we are catering to her requests.
Okay.
So we're doing London, we're doing Amalfi Coast, and we're doing Rome. So these are all requests from the birthday girl. So we're gonna do a little hop, which you know what? Of course, this comes with a little criticism that my almost 13-year-old is requesting these destinations. But I actually love the fact that she's taking interest in like seeing the world. We do the birthday party thing, obviously, traditionally, but she requested to travel instead of having like a big birthday party.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I'd love for you to see some world. So yeah, so that's my next trip.
So we should have her come on the show and talk about her birthday trip.
Oh, you already know back. She's down. Yeah, she's down. She's down with the high. I'm sure she'll have a content reel.
Yes.
We
could put it up on our shorts. Exactly. We would love to, actually.
And she's obsessed with her auntie Sahar, so I'm sure she will gladly.
She's my heart.
She will gladly be a visitor on the show.
Yes.
But thanks for having me. Wait, were those all the questions?
That's it.
Okay. I was waiting for you to ask me, because I'm like, I'm so sorry. How is their caviar? And how are their wings?
Girl,
and I have not been involved. I don't understand. I knew it was only a matter of time.
It was just a matter of time. You're a busy woman, so I was like, I gotta pin her down at the right time.
But I'm happy you're in LA.
Thank you.
I'm like, come back anytime. Everyone knows I'm a D girl, but I love living in LA.
Yes. And for those who might not know, Detroit. Yeah.
Who doesn't know that fun fact? But yes.
Yeah. And I love it. Like having you here in LA is amazing. Every time I come, I get to be with my love. It's so much fun hanging out here.
Yay. Okay.
Thank you. Love you. Mwah.
Tune in.
Hey.
Caviar Wings. Shop the merch.
Yes. Hit subscribe, follow, comment. We would love to hear what your pet peeve is on Travel Buddies.
That's good. Pet peeve on Travel Buddies. Maybe shout out your favorite travel buddy.
Yes.
I don't know. Share some new places for me to travel because I'd love that.
NY to LA with it. NY to LA with it. I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tinted. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in a dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5.